News outlets broadcasted dramatic video footage. Local reporters interviewed affected residents. Many said they had never seen a storm this strong. People huddled in underground shelters. The city experienced widespread outages. In some streets. Zhuhai Airport experienced delays and cancellations. Multiple flights were grounded due to the strong winds. Local authorities worked around the clock. City crews removed fallen trees from roads. Lost electricity for hours. Residents were urged to stay indoors. Typhoon Wifa struck southern China with powerful force. Zhuhai, a coastal city.
2025, Typhoon Wifa made landfall near the northern coastal provinces of Ha Noi, Haiphong, and Ninh Binh. The storm, with sustained winds of up to 120 km/h, hit the region with heavy rainfall, strong winds, and significant flooding risks. Along with the air travel disruption, road conditions are worsening due to flooding and fallen debris. Several highways, particularly those in mountainous regions, have been blocked due to rising floodwaters. Rescue teams are actively working to clear roads and assist to avoid the dangers posed by strong winds and rough seas. Ferry services have been halted until conditions improve. Vietnam's prime
lost their lives. 10 more vanished in the waters and remain missing. I've never seen rain come down so fast, one survivor recounted.
The storm caused flash flooding in low-lying areas. Through the air, the storm was fast and violent. Rescue teams were sent to help. Emergency services worked all night. Firefighters removed fallen trees. Volunteers helped clear the roads. The city was in shock. Families gathered in shelters. Local TV showed live coverage. People called news stations for updates. CCTV News showed the destruction. CGTN reported on the storm's path. BBC and CNN mentioned the typhoon. Al Jazeera covered the damage. Sky News showed photos from Zhuhai. Typhoon Wifa came suddenly. People did not expect it to be this strong. Were closed early. Supermarkets ran out of supplies. People bought food and water in a hurry. Social media was full of buildings were missing windows. Electric crews worked to restore power. Hospitals were busy with injuries. No deaths were confirmed yet. Many people were rescued in time. It will take days to repair everything. The typhoon is not over yet. Residents are staying alert. News channels are watching the skies. The weather is still unstable. Typhoon Wifa made history in Zhuhai. People will remember this storm. Nature showed its power again. The city is trying to recover. The world is watching.
The immediate effects remain a major concern for residents in affected areas. The storm's current trajectory is expected to take it southwest, heading towards the Vietnam-Laos border by the morning of July 23rd. Meteorologists have warned that while the typhoon is weakening, the heavy rains and strong winds will continue to cause hazards in the coming hours. One of the primary concerns from Typhoon Wifa is the significant rainfall it is bringing. The storm is expected to produce between 200 and 300 millimeters of rain in many northern provinces, with some areas possibly
Power outages hit some neighborhoods. The storm knocked off metal flew through the air. Window glass shattered in some buildings. Residents stayed indoors for safety.
residents from high-risk areas. Coastal towns and low-lying areas, including parts of Haiphong and Quang Ninh, have been identified as the most vulnerable to storm surges and flooding. Emergency shelters have been set up to accommodate those displaced by the storm, and local authorities are working to ensure that people are moved to safety ahead of worsening conditions. Military and rescue teams have been deployed to assist in evacuation efforts and to conduct search and rescue operations in flooded areas. Medical supplies, food, and clean water are being delivered to the hardest hit regions to support those in need. The government has called for heightened cooperation from local agencies to
Some spent the night without electricity or water. Families lit candles and waited for updates. This monitored river levels around the clock. Hospitals prepared for emergency situations. Nurses worked through the night to treat injuries. No deaths were reported at the time of writing. Minor injuries were treated on site and at clinics. Zhuhai's mayor urged calm and cooperation. Relief centers opened across the city. Volunteers handed out
emergency teams are working tirelessly to assist those in need. The response includes everything from clearing floodwaters, providing medical care, and coordinating aid deliveries. As the storm weakens and moves inland, the focus will shift to recovery efforts, ensuring that those displaced or affected by the storm have access to food, shelter, and essential services. Vietnam is no stranger to typhoons, having dealt with numerous storms in the past, but the impact of Typhoon Wifa is expected to be significant. The aftermath will likely bring challenges related to infrastructure, particularly in areas heavily impacted by flooding and landslides. While the typhoon is expected to weaken, the risks from heavy rain, flooding, and landslides remain. The government will continue to monitor the situation closely and provide updates as necessary. In the meantime, the focus remains on the safety of residents, the delivery of essential supplies, and the management of recovery efforts as Typhoon Wifa makes its way through the country. As the situation continues to develop, the public is advised to stay informed through local authorities and follow all safety protocols to reduce the risk of injury and loss of life.
teams and volunteers was strong. As Typhoon Wifa moves inland, Zhuhai begins recovery. Residents are helping neighbors. Repairs are underway. The city remains cautious but united. The storm has passed, but its impact will be felt.
Could trigger landslides, further complicating the situation. Authorities have issued alerts for flash floods and the potential for widespread flooding, particularly in urban areas and regions near rivers and streams. The government is closely monitoring rainfall rates and water levels in rivers and dams to assess the full extent of the potential flooding.
Meteorologists continue to track the typhoon's path. They warned that more rain was possible in the coming days. Winds were expected to weaken, but could still cause disruption inland. Local TV stations advised residents to avoid travel. People living near rivers were told to move to higher ground. Boats were ordered back to port for safety. By evening, the rain had eased slightly, but cleanup was just beginning. Teams worked overnight to restore power and remove debris. Street lights began to turn back on in parts of the city.